Hi guys, I just wanted to review problems 1 and 2 from the Dihybrid cross worksheet. So this is the simplest problems on this worksheet set. So we'll try to go through it quickly but hopefully thoroughly so you can move on to the other problems. Okay, so problem 1, I'll move me over here. Problem 1 is set up a Punnett square using the following information. So we're given the dominant allele for tall plants is big D, recessive allele for dwarf plants is little d, dominant allele for purple flowers is big W, and the recessive allele for white flowers is little w. So just for notation's sake, when it's a big W, I try to remember to underline it so that you can definitely tell that it's a big W. And when it's little w, I just leave them plain. Okay, so we have a homozygous dominant parent. So homozygous means that both the alleles from both of their parents had just the big D. So they have the same letters. So homozygous dominant will mean that it is big D for the D allele and big W for the W allele. Homozygous recessive means that from this person's parents, they got a little d from mom and a little d from dad, a little w from mom and a little w from dad. So the only thing that this parent has to offer is all homozygous recessive traits. So all the same for both recessive traits. So how do we set up a Punnett square? So on this example, it's kind of a little tricky, but I do think it's worthwhile to go over how you would go about coming up with the possible alleles that these parents can give to their children. So it's not just take these and drop these letters into a Punnett square. It's actually rearrange the letters. So each parent, when they're making their egg or sperm, is going to want to put one of each letter into that egg or sperm. So we take this front or first outside D and we mix it with the first W. So we get big D, big W for that one. Then we take this first D again and we cross it with the second option over here, which is also big W. So we get another big D, big W. Then we get the inner D, so inside first, and then we have the inner W. Then we take this inside big D here, and we cross it with this second W over here. So it turns out that we only have the big D and big W option from this homozygous dominant parent. That's all that that parent has to give to all 100% of its sperm or egg. So to its gametes. Over here, we do the same process. So we take the first D and the first inside W. Then we cross the first D with the outside W. Then we take this inside little d with the inside W, inside D with the outside W. So this is FOIL. If any of you are familiar with that from math class, you're doing first inner and then you're doing the outside. So what happens with this is that you actually don't have to do the Punnett square. You don't have to do all that math and work. And the reason behind that is that 100% if you combine the first allele set, which was big D, big W, then that's all that that parent can give is big D, big W. And you take the second parent and all they can give is little d, little w, then all 100% offspring, the only option that is possible is big D, big W, little w. So it's heterozygous now, 100%. So what are big D, big W offspring or children? They are going to have the phenotype of tall and purple. So that's the phenotype, is the outcome that we see on the outside. The genotype is this right here. So big D, big W, little w. So that equals the genotype. So A is asking what is the probability of producing tall plants with purple flowers? Then it is 100% likely that you're going to get all plants that are tall and purple. So the genotype for that as an option is anything that's big D, period, will have that phenotype. So it turns out that 100% of our offspring also have a little d and a little w, but if you have a big D and a big W, that's your genotype that's going to hammer out whether you have the tall purple phenotype. So B is what is the probability of producing dwarf plants with white flowers? So is there any probability of having dwarf white plants? No, there's no likelihood at all. That would be little d, little d, little w, little w. And there's no chance of that happening because we have big D, big W, 100%. C is what is the probability of producing tall plants with white flowers? And again, that's 0%. So tall plants that are white would be big D anything and little w. And we didn't have any of that genotype, so 0% probability for tall white plants. Then our last one is D, and I'm sure you see the pattern here that we also have 0% for D. What's the probability of producing dwarf plants with purple flowers? Dwarf plants with purple flowers would be the recessive trait dwarf is little d, and then purple would be big W anything. So I just put a sort of blank spot there to signify that the genotype could be big W, little w, or big W, for that to be a possible genotype. But again, we're at 0% for that. So that's problem 1, and hopefully that will allow you to understand a little bit and do problems 5 and 6 on the next page. Thanks.